Alright, greetings everyone, Gleekon here again with another episode of Lore of Warcraft. Stay a while and listen to the next one of this little 4-pack we're doing. This is the second one. It'll take us right up to the start of us being able to do a few levels. This one is, stay a while and listen to this one. It's called The Guardian's Apprentice, and I feel a little bad because I feel like this, but it's not too bad. But this is essentially, I think, going to be about what our whole novel is about, like in a nutshell. So let's see what it says and we'll talk about it. The battle between Egwene and Medivh had gone unnoticed by the rest of the world, a fact that surprised the Guardian. See, and I think that's why I assumed all of this stuff. Well, first of all, I was under the assumption that the last Guardian would be from the perspective of Medivh, and everything that happened would be leading up to that. So that's why I kickstarted us so early. Now clearly I'm wrong. Also, apparently the book that we're reading is taking place after his big battle, which I guess makes sense because that would explain why the place is haunted already. No witnesses had survived with their memories intact, and the deaths of so many nobles had not caused the stir that Medivh had expected. By now, all of the Kingdom of Stormwind had heard stories about the barbaric orcs flooding out of the Black Morass. Karazhan was not far away. The mysterious disappearance of the nobles was easily laid at the orcs' feet. The horde's attacks on human settlements had thoroughly occupied the attention of the Council of Trisfel and Kirin Tor. The appearance of creatures never seen on this world, corrupted by demonic energies no less, far outweighed their concerns about someone they saw as a childish, spoiled playboy. Okay, and see right there we've noted that we've made some attacks on human settlements. So I think that key statement right there is going to allow us, we are essentially past the first level. We're at least, you could argue, 2 to 3 levels into the campaign. So we're primed. But like I said, there's a couple more I think we can do that don't push it further than this, that we'll do. Still, the council had not forgotten about the Guardian. Now more than ever, they wanted him as an ally. They tried to make contact yet again by asking the Kirin Tor to send him one of their own mage apprentices. The young trainee was named Khadgar. He had shown considerable promise in his studies with the Kirin Tor, but the last thing he wanted was to serve under an angry, isolated mage who had thus far driven away all other apprentices. Nevertheless, it was not his choice. The Kirin Tor commanded, and so Khadgar obeyed. Upon starting his apprenticeship, Khadgar had his worst fears confirmed. Karazhan seemed to languish under a shadow of morbidity, and Medivh was subject to frightening mood swings. Worse, the tower appeared to be cursed in some way. Khadgar often caught glimpses of wandering spirits and disturbing visions of the past, present, and future. Yet, while other apprentices had failed Medivh's tests, Khadgar did not. The young mage kept his wits about him, even when faced with dangerous tasks. I think this Chronicles is complete homage to the book. Unless, we'll learn to see how much of that, but that book is before World of Warcraft and all that, so a lot of the details that they're talking about have to come directly from the book. So in that sense, this book is even more canon than the last one we read. Medivh decided not to reject this new apprentice. It was a risk to keep the young man around, certainly, but Medivh was more alone now than he ever had been, and Khadgar was smart, clever, and hungry to learn. Medivh revealed to Khadgar what his Kirin Tor masters had not. Medivh was the Guardian. The Council of Trisfel was worried about him. That was why the Kirin Tor had sent Khadgar as an unwitting spy. Khadgar was surprised, but not deterred. In fact, he was intrigued. He had no intention of abandoning his apprenticeship now, not when he could study under a Guardian, the most powerful mage in the world. Okay. So, I think that actually takes us... Now I'm torn because that hasn't happened yet, so now I feel like I want to read the book more. I think that's what we'll do. We'll read the book a little bit more because the next couple, the other two I wanted to include. One of them is, I don't think happens for a few chapters. The other one, the fourth of this 4-pack, that could happen whatever because it's concerned with what's happening back on Draenor. But yeah, there's one more. Okay, so change my mind. We're gonna jump back to Last Guardian after this because now I think we can push that forward a little bit. Alrighty, yeah, because we can go up to this point. Now we've got to wait until he learns, and that might very well be this very next chapter, but we'll see. Okay, another episode in the Pipes 5x5. Thank you so much for listening. I appreciate your time, attention. Thank you so much. I'll see you on the next episode of Lore of Warcraft.